into the space. And you don't have to see anyone right now. Just bring your energy forward, which is your inner commitment to arrive here in this container. And if you're here, you're committing to stay here for the entire journey. You're committing to show up for this space. And in that, we're also committing to show up here and supporting one another energetically. So in that now, we're creating a field. Even in the virtual, we're creating a field. So just take another deep breath in and out. And any tension in your shoulders or neck, your back, your feet, your thighs, let it just for a moment melt, as with every inhale you show up more for the space, bringing yourself forward. In that, there's a great commitment to yourself, for yourself. I want to welcome you to this workshop or transmission called Royal. And this word, I feel, can have a lot of shadow connotation. To use the word king or queen, to use the word royal, I feel like in the whole last thousands of years and millennium, it's always this one person sitting on an elated seat that has all the control and decides and makes decisions, and everyone's like, yes, I must obey. That's definitely not what this is about. We're not going anywhere into that domain of control or elation, which is a disconnect from the heart and a disconnect from the heart of the group. Royal, I feel, is about being so connected to one's own heart, so connected to others, and really connected to the world outside of oneself. So it's not about being royally spiritual and somewhat and in any way elated. It's actually being very down to earth, very connected with the heart of humanity, very connected with the soul of humanity, very much connected to earth, to its inhabitants, to its creatures, to water, to nature. And in that, super connected to one's own heart and spirit and body. So it's almost like the marriage, the fusion of so many parts that can be fragmented into a body, a heart, and a spirit that are aligned. So taking a moment, I invite you right now to feel your alignment. So if you're here, feel your base of your body. Take a moment to feel your hip bones, your throne. And I want to invite you to take some deep breaths into your pelvic floor or your seat, or as I call it, the throne. So you're invited to feel this, your tailbone, and feeling your tailbone connected to whatever your tailbone's connected to, whether it's your sofa, your chair, the floor, if you're sitting on a cupboard, if you're sitting on the earth, whatever you're sitting on right now, feeling the connection. So you're actually really rooting and seating yourself. And with that, you're creating a direct lifeline between your body and the earth underneath you, or the substance underneath you. And just breathing here, take a moment to feel the breath coming into your sit bone. And so here you're anchoring yourself for a moment. And so in the next 90 minutes of this time, we're actually going to really create a powerful reservoir of feeling our life force energy, which is right here in the base of our body, our connection to life force energy. So you can even draw up this energy as you're breathing. You can draw it up, feel it. So you're going to start feeling pulses, sensations. Maybe it's electrical, maybe it's like, you might even feel aroused, you might feel energy moving through, but you're really feeling like, ooh, here's some power coming into my base of my body. And then just feeling your alignment of how this energy runs up your spine and how straight your spine can feel. Just feeling this energy. So we're just beginning this. There's going to come a transmission after. Why just your base, your spine, and you're going to start feeling impulse moving spine. And enjoy this. So if you're feeling like, allow yourself to enjoy this journey, this process. And then finally, just coming all the way up to your crown. And just so you're just feeling this alignment in your body. I'm hearing from some of you that the connection isn't good. Okay, so we're just going to surf through that for now. Just feeling the alignment and just starting to feel the head, your head that's connected to your spine, that's connected to your base. So with this, you're just slowly, your entire body is arriving. And starting to realize that your body is made up of these electromagnetic waves, and that your spine is connecting your base to your crown. And just sit here for a moment in this alignment and see if you can get to a place just where your mind for a moment can even stop thinking, questioning, doubting, making perceptions, making up judgments, whatever it is, just for a moment. Feel the purity and the power of your alignment, so that you're arriving, but something else is arriving with you. Not just your personality, but something deeper than that is arriving. Like your energy body is arriving. Even deeper than that, your heart is arriving. Your life is arriving. Your life force is arriving. So that we're going to, in the next 90 minutes, really dissolve those parts of the personality that are somewhat hijacking this incredible journey of life and creating these gaps from powerful experiences, because somehow the heart may be disconnected from the seat, maybe disconnected from the crown. And when they somewhat all come into this powerful resonance, something else starts to show up in life. Something really extraordinary, something magical, and something real. So this was just a little taste to bring us here. And so as I continue to share, just becoming aware of your thoughts, your judgments, your doubts, just add that in the mind, maybe also the parts of your mind that are clicking and making connections, and also feeling your body. So you're not disconnected from your body, but your body's resonating. And then also feel where maybe parts of your heart are becoming influenced, opening, closing, so that all of you just starts to show up a little more, a little more, a little more. For me, this journey of Royal started, I'd say very much in this quarantine, where I realized that it was going to take some beings who really started to own their power and actually could claim the marriage of their inner king, queen in the world. And with that really serve others, but not from a place of sacrifice or a place of doing something, but a place of fully receiving that which is coming through every moment from life, from the earth, from the cosmos. And with that, able to start to really show up in the world in all the amazing gifts and purpose we have. But without needing to do it, just beginning to embody that and making space inside for another force of nature to start to move the body, to start to navigate, so that other parts of the self can actually start relaxing. So I'd like for you to, for a moment, to feel into your life. Just feel into the part of your life where maybe you don't feel so sovereign, where you don't feel you really have power or freedom. It could be just being a human on the planet with the way the governments run. It could be in a relationship, which sometimes you struggle with. It could be with your children. It could be anywhere in your life. And maybe you already have it all open and sorted, then just enjoy the rest of this journey. But if you do have a part where you feel, oh, sometimes a little restricted, or sometimes just a little like, take a moment to feel into that truth in your life where maybe you're not so free. And what is that part of your life? Where is it most affected? Is it in your relationship? And take a moment to really hold that and feel it. And how does it feel? So we're going into the feeling of it. And where do you feel it in your body? And allow your heart to navigate this for a moment. So you start to tap into the longing, the deeper longing in the core of your being for something true where you are free. And just feeling for a moment your heart, also your throat, anywhere in your throat where you feel you're holding back from saying what it is you truly wish to say sometimes. To express yourself in the way you feel is raw and honest and real. To be able to express your truth and who you truly are. Just feeling your heart, feeling your throat. And breathe here, deeply breathe here. And just as with every sigh, just starting to release a sigh, a sound from your throat. Because this sound begins to vibrate this part of you open. It's not going to happen by thinking it away or therapizing it away. It's actually sounding, vibrating yourself open. And here, feel the longing, the deep longing in the core of your being, in your soul, in the depths of you, to be able to express yourself openly and fully. So as you breathe, open, sound, and sigh. Remembering your whole body is vibrating with you. All of you is vibrating with you. And so with the next breath, breathing into your heart and feel that longing in the depths of your heart to be able to love the way you want to love, the way you are designed to love. So fully, so wholly, so completely, without needing to hold back. To love and to show up for love in the world. When you see injustice or feel it, that you're actually able to bring yourself forward with your love. And and just vibrating here in your heart. So taking another breath. And maybe for some of you, you may feel that some of you, that your heart is really open and vibrating, and you've really opened that part of you. And for some of us, it might be that the heart is still a little guarded. So one big key to the first doorway of this royal transmission is to trust. And sometimes as children, especially in a very young age, it's been a little challenging to trust the people we're actually meant to trust the most, our caregivers, our family, our mother, our father, those around us who actually are meant to really care for us and nurture us and show up. And in that part, maybe they haven't been able to fully demonstrate sovereignty, power, permission to be free of expression. So parts of the self close, and sometimes a deep mistrust of others can begin to form. Now, a being who sits in their sovereignty is always in a sense of trust, because you don't need to rely on others' love anymore in order to survive. And sometimes as beings, even adult beings, there's still this sense of needing to depend on others so that you get a sense of love, depending on partners, depending on children. And a sovereign being doesn't need to source love from others all the time. Of course, sometimes there's parts that need to feel a hug or that that person really cares. The authenticity of the love matters, but not that person being the direct connection to a love line. Otherwise, there's a complete sense of being frazzled and alone and afraid to be alone. And so a sovereign being has this direct connection to the source of love itself. And so in that, there's a self-sourcing of love. And in that, there's such a trust to life, a trust that the universe, if you want to call it, or life actually has your back. And that the beings you have in your life are not there because you need them. They're there because you love them. And in that, you're not needing them for your love, but it sure feels amazing to have deep, authentic connections in life. So just take a breath into your body. Because now we're going to keep breathing. So this is not just sitting and listening, it's actually feeling your body resonate and respond. To have a direct connection to the source of love itself, where you can walk through the world, even if you're all on your own, you feel connected. And in that, there's a sense of sovereignty. Because the strings of needing things, playing games in the shadows, and basically it's like just needing love, wanting approval, want to know that you're validated and good enough. But you are good enough. Just you being alive, just you being you is everything. You're more than good enough. You are. But to own it, to know it, to claim it, to realize it on a cellular level, to have every part of you know that you are so worthy of that love, and you're able to receive it from others, able to receive it from life. So even as you're breathing, you're in the abundance of life, knowing that nature is going to continue to nourish you. You don't need to hoard more money or have a relationship that maybe is not fulfilling just in order to feel fulfilled. You're fulfilled all the time just through being connected to the great web of life. But for that to happen, the little gaps in the, like what I sometimes just like the little neurological gaps need to be filled. So the little gaps in ourself, which are just through the patterning of our childhood and emotional conditioning, can now be repatterned. You're able actually to repattern yourself by bringing in the love to meet that on a neurological level right now as an adult. So the way to do that in a way is to even go back to memories and repattern those by bringing your feelings to meet that. So say, for example, you're a child and you really wanted to scream and tell someone, no, no, that's not okay with me. No, I don't want to kiss auntie. No, I don't want to go out. No, I want to stay here. No, I want to play. The child that was forced to do something against its actual nature and life current. So as an adult, you can actually go back and repattern that experience. And now, in the here and now, actually, as go back to that 5-year-old and say, no. And with that, you're shifting that memory, you're shifting your neurological patterning by bringing in feeling, bringing in life force to meet that. I want to share a personal experience. 3 days ago, I had a sweet sister staying with me, a friend, and she works she's a body worker, and she also works with tantra and repatterning. And I said, would you please take me back to the experience where I was like to my maiden, to my young girl when she was still a virgin, and give her an experience, her first sexual experience, but in a way that is so innocent and so loving, and where she can just open up to the innocence of her sexual life force energy. And I remember in the session, so many memories of being 14 and 15 and 16 came up. And it meant so much to me, because looking back as a young girl growing up in Egypt with such conditioning, there were still little moments of like in my conditioning now where I felt like, I could bring more innocence here. I could bring more of my life here. I could bring more of my maiden. I could be more like even more innocent in my sexual expression, and anywhere where there's still a little bit of shame or anything, to bring this experience to shift that. And she offered me such a beautiful session. And so since then, I feel like my inner girl is more alive, and she's a little happier, and like my 14-year-old girl is more relaxed. And I'm here with my grandma. I came to visit her for a day, and it's so lovely to feel a part of my heart relax even more. And so the power of this repatterning work is so incredible, because it works. It really works. And all my siblings have done this work and are interested, and I can see what it does to my family as my actual earth family. And we're all starting to open up to more depth and connection. And I'm only sharing that from a personal level because I'm at a point of celebrating the last 7 years of doing this work and starting to see the fruits of it. So it's really quite wonderful to feel the bonds and the forgiveness happening in the family. So I would love to, I'm going to invite you to actually take a journey in a little bit, which is a shamanic journey into repatterning. But I just want to feel you for a moment. So I'm just going to scroll through, and just, if you're feeling this, if you're resonating, just maybe show your hands or any movement that shows that you're here and you're responding. Otherwise, I'm just looking at a muted screen. Are you there? Is it resonating? Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. Great. So as a being who's sitting in sovereignty in life, there's a sense now that you don't need your parents to tell you you're worthy of love. You don't need your partner to continue to validate and say you're good, I like you, you're great. Like there's an inner sense of like, I'm starting to know who I am. And it's not a knowing through the mind, which is a fabrication, some kind of building up of an illusion of self. It's actually a deep inner knowing in the gut, like a cellular knowing, like, fuck, I know who I am. I feel it. I feel it. But it takes a certain spaciousness too to really feel that. So if there's a lot of clutter, a lot of running thoughts, and it's natural for us to think a lot. I sometimes go into my, I get really inspired and I think, and it's natural. But at the same time, there has to be moments of being able to be in space, in stillness. And it's okay to even have this feeling of spacing out a bit, which means you have an inner world that is open and breathable. And in a way, it's your inner sanctuary that you can always go to, where no one else can enter. No negative thought, no person. It's like, for a moment, it's just me and space. Here, it doesn't matter what happened in the past, really doesn't matter where I'm heading. For this moment, I'm so content. I'm so met by the moment. And there's such an expansion. So the more moments this expansion starts to come in, the more easy it is to move through life without getting so reactive and triggered by others or by circumstances. And the mind loses its hecticness. The emotions have moments where they can actually enter really tranquil waters. So the emotional body is wavy, it's water. It moves, it continues to move. Sometimes the tide and the waves and the ebb and the flow create such currents in the body. Those are important to be felt, not to deny them, not to go into looking and just observing them all the time, but to feel them fully. But to also have a place where you're not constantly taken by the waves and the emotions. So every moment is an upwelling and then a downfall, and it's a continuous reactive way of living life. Sometimes it's important to so feel something to the verge of needing to just scream or cry. Amazing. Sometimes that's so needed. But when that's the continuous way of doing things, it gets exhausting, and it also does not create an anchor in your sovereignty, because there's no real root that can able to hold you so that you're able to see it and feel it objectively too. So it's both. It's being able to feel, but this inner part that is in stillness is also there. So you're aware of what's happening. You're aware of the sudden influx of grief, aware of it. And in that, there's a grace to it. So with all the tears and everything, all the passion that moves through, there's also awareness. And then there's another part of building that silence, building that, so that in those moments of intensity, you're able to sit still in the midst of it too. So you're actually able to enter the eye of the storm. And so all this is happening around, and yet inside, there's a part of you that is, what I'll use again, the word royal. It's sitting on its throne. The heart is aware and open, responsive, and the crown is aligned. So your entire body is switched on. And in that, you're able to navigate from a far more mature place. And this is a journey, it takes time. So there's less of an emotional attachment and hooking in and drawing others into that, and then starting to get affected when no, there's more of a spaciousness to your being. And it's very powerful and magnetic, and others feel it. Great. So let's just take a breath into that. So are you ready to go on a little bit of a journey with this, where you're able to take yourself on a journey? Do you feel ready for that? Does that sound good? Yeah. Maybe if there's any questions, you could just type it into the thread, anything but only if it's a burning question. If you have any burning question, just... Okay. So preparing yourself for a journey, and in this journey, it's just about you. You want to get comfortable for this. You might want to have a cushion close by for any reason. Great. Okay. So starting to breathe in a comfortable position. Breathing in, breathing out. When you breathe in, take a breath and feel your entire body resonating, being enlivened by your breath. So your whole body, your entire cells become activated. And as you breathe out, feel the sensations in your body respond. Feel your body. Coming back to that place of feeling your entirety, your base, your spine, your crown, and all the water of your body, your entire water body. Everything is resonating with your breath, becoming oxygenated, alive. Your cells receiving the breath effortlessly. There's no transaction, there's nothing here. Your effortless divine nature is to continuously receive. And you can give back. Your body, your bones, your muscle, your blood, pulsating with life force energy. So starting to feel more life coming into your body. A royal being is an alive being, is alive. So feeling your life moving through. And taking a moment to feel the flow of this water through your body. And anywhere where there's any tension, tightness, just breathe into that part of your body and open it, vibrate it open, expanding your body. So in this journey, we're going to be moving. We might even be standing at some point. So breathe your body open. Deep breaths. And if you feel there's a part of you that gets used to falling asleep, zoning out, or losing presence, now's the time to bring life to meet that part. Actively breathing, sounding awake. And feel your desire to break free. Feel your longing to be open, to be expressive. Your throat, your heart, your chest, your pelvic floor, sounding, opening, breathing, awakening. And tuning in now to your inner 5-year-old, your inner child. Allow this child for a moment to feel itself expressive, opened, expanded, and anywhere where it hasn't been able to express, bring sound and movement now to your inner child. Feeling life supporting this child now to step up and to emerge into the world and its innocence, its power of innocence. And if you feel your child is still a little bit nervous or even doesn't want to come out at all, just hold your child, feeling life, hold your child. Feeling the authenticity of your expression from your core innocence. As you're invited now to start to feel the power in your hips, in your feet, and feeling this innocent expression of life starting to shake you from your core. So if you want, you can shake your body. You might want to stand up to do this. And now, anywhere where you feel you're not able to fully open up yet, let the drums open your hips. Let the drums open your feet to receive life from the earth. Drawing up energy, drawing up life, and feeling life celebrating with you right now. Life is standing with you. Life wants to come into you fully. The vibrations in your hips, in your feet, your toes, your knees. Drawing it up into your pelvic floor. Draw up this energy. Open your mouth and allow some sound to come out. Even if it's just the soft hum. The earth. And starting to feel the power of life force, the power of this energy coming from the earth up into your body, moving you, dancing you. Keep breathing, opening your jaw, relax your jaw. Breathing into your pelvic floor and shaking now your pelvic floor awake. Even more, even if you're just listening to the subtle energies vibrating on an energetic level or moving your body, whatever you're doing, just feeling life moving through you. anywhere where you're resistant to breathing this up, and just hear the heartbeat of this earth, the power within the earth, all the creatures, all the water, all of life, wanting to celebrate you awake, wanting you to show up as an alive heartbeat and powerful force with the earth, standing with life. Remembering here the key is of your power. You have the power, you're not powerless. And just feeling the cultures of Africa and other places that are alive. The indigenous cultures that are alive, connected to the earth, the cycles. To feel your own wild indigenous being showing up. The earth medicine person that you are. Keep shaking your hips. Feeling all the creatures, the feathered ones, the boned ones, the winged ones, the reptilian ones, all of it in the beat of your body, in the pulse of your body, connected with the earth. And allow yourself to make sounds that wake you up. Waking up your life force in your hips. Waking up your indigenous one. Feeling the power that's surging now from your hips, from your feet, from the earth, and allow it to circulate into your solar plexus, into your belly, creating a warm heat as you begin to feel your inner sun, your solar plexus ignited by the fires of life, your passion, your power, your purpose. Anywhere where you've been playing nice and polite for a moment, let that all go. You're wild, beloved. You're wild. You're alive. Feeling this inner sun heat warm your blood. As you can see the creatures of the earth walking with you by your side. The four-legged ones, the two-legged ones, the winged ones, the finned ones, life standing with you as you stand for life. Feel the birds celebrating you through your hands, through your wings, your back, your shoulders. The elephants in the power of your thighs. The fish in your water body gliding through. The cows, the sheep, all the beautiful creatures that roam this earth, part of the same web of life. You're connected to this web of life. To the mothers, the fathers, the grandmothers, the grandfathers, the children, all of life, the great cycle. And feel that fierce power around your solar plexus that won't let anyone come and fuck with you and your family and the ones you love. You won't. You know it's sacred, and you're guardian of that sacredness of life. So feel that guardian of the sacred inside of you. And breathing now into your solar plexus. And now just feeling the water of your body, the water inside your body shifting. Water changes according to the thoughts and the feelings you give your water. Feel your water restoring itself to its natural state of purity by sending powerful vibrations of connection, of your devotion to love, to the sacred. So feeling your connection to the rivers, the oceans, the raindrops, the seas, all of it moving through you as you connect to that, to the great web of water on life. And here there's no mind. You are but water moving with water. How water cleans everything, purifies itself continuously, nourishes, and quenches the thirst of the seeker. The water of life. So what thoughts are you going to seep into your water and program yourself with when you are but connected to this magnificent earth? That knows no judgment, that holds nothing, constantly flowing, constantly giving. So what are you holding onto for a moment? Bring it to the great oceans of this world and just see how meaningless it is as you flow as water. Now feeling your heart as you move, and see and feel how connected do you really feel right now to life? Or is there anywhere where you're yearning to open up more, remembering the precious waters of your tears that are way back to the waters? Just reminding yourself of the power of your tears and the power of your laughter. Your feelings are way back home. Your feelings are way back home. So now keep feeling your heart and keep opening up to your heart space. Opening your heart to the rest of humanity. And just feeling all your brothers and sisters that are standing in this world alive right now at this time with you. We're all connected. We are so connected. The children of this earth, the old people of this earth that are transitioning, the mothers, the daughters, the fathers, the sons. And how we all are connected, we all want to love and be loved. It's so simple. So feel humanity for a moment and allow it to open your heart. Those who are starving right now, those who are laughing, those who are suffering, and those in joy, the whole spectrum. We are all connected to this greater web of life. So the question here is, beloved, why are you here? Why are you here as this soul in this body on this planet? What matters to you? What moves you so deeply? What would you live and die for? What is your purpose? Allow yourself to sound, to breathe, to open, to sigh, to roar, to cry, to feel. Somewhere deep inside of you, you know you are here more than for a mediocre existence. You're not here to simply survive and make money and get through. There's something deeper. Just feel your heart responding to that. The nature of your soul that longs to emerge. And its passion, its love, and its connection to the rest of life. For life. Train yourself to breathe deeply. The only way is through the heart, to reach all of life through the heart and to receive through the heart. So if you're standing and you feel like sitting, whatever you feel, just coming into a position now where you can come into a seated position. Just opening your chest for a moment, opening up your arms. Let life through your heart. And anywhere where something or someone's holding you back, let the flow of life move through you, opening you up. Opening you up. Opening you up. Just opening your heart to life, to existence, and to the rest of life. There's nothing you need to do to receive this. You are worthy. You are enough. Just breathe it in, take it in, drink it in. Surrender, beloved, surrender so fully. Surrender. Feeling that part of you, that in your core you know you are enough. You are life itself. You are born of earth, of stars, of life. Making space in yourself to receive you. Making space to receive you. Your essence, your true essence. deep breaths, deep breaths. Finally allowing yourself to lift your awareness to the cosmos, to the stars, to this great universe around us. As a speck on this planet, we exist in this incredible, magnificent mystery. And allow yourself to open to the mystery of who you are, the mystery of life, to the great unknown, not knowing and surrendering to the mystery. The only knowing is that you are love and you're here to love and be love. Everything else, surrender, surrender. As you kneel before the great mystery, allow the mystery to seep into your cells, into your bones, and expand you. Nothing to figure out, nothing to prove, nothing to show others to say, this is who I am. You are simply, you're everything, you're enough. Keep letting go and breathe, surrender. Your sensuality, your sexuality, your life current, your joy, your tears, your fears, your shame, your blood, your ecstasy, your desires, all of it, everything that makes you human is profound and beautiful. It's part of your nature. Just feeling all of it inside of you and just seep it in, let it in as it is. And slowly, in your own time, coming back, just coming into a seated position wherever you are. And just starting to feel your inner royal nature. When I say royal, again, you could envision a lion or a swan or a maggot, whatever you feel, but something that is representative of nature, not of an elated human being, but of someone who's connected to all of life and is here to be a part of life and a guardian of the sacredness of life. A lover of life, a warrior, a mother, whatever it is that's your archetype, whatever it is that you stand for, as you stand for it, feel yourself sitting as that. Someone who's here, who's not going to play the meaningless game of life, who's here to show up for the grand adventure of life, who's here to show up for others, who's here to show up even to serve effortlessly others, because that's meaningful. So feel that part of you and sit with it. You can imagine how it looks like, how it feels like, and seep it into you. A king, queen is not someone who's here to tell others what to do. It's here to be sovereign, spacious, understanding, empowered, and surrendered to life itself and to the will of life, to the will of cosmos, and not to a personal will of the mind. So sit with that for a few minutes and feel that. And own it. For this very moment, sit with it and own it. Feel it and own it. So whether it's a shaman being, or whether it's an elephant even, or whether it's a magician or a mother or a teacher, whatever it is that you know in the core of your being feels alive, most alive, own it. An entrepreneur, a business person, a scientist, whatever it is, feel it and own it. And when you're ready, in a few moments, we're going to spotlight you. And this basically means that on the screen we'll see each other and we're just going to look and gaze at one another and just allow that part of you to be seen. So step forward in that, sit forward in that, own it, and allow yourself to be seen. We're going to stop recording and you might see something popping up on the screen. So thank you so deeply for showing up. What I saw through your eyes right now was so touching, to feel so much of your strength and your beauty and your life and your nature just seeping out of you. Felt like we were a circle and could just see some beautiful earth warriors here, and everyone in their unique flavor, unique offering. I feel this deep prayer in my heart that all the beings who have this spark of life show up and come and stand together, because we got this when we come together. We can do this. Things can change, but it's a matter of standing together in this kind of energy. So I'm just aware that we have only a few more minutes to go. So I just want to round this up by saying, take some time now to journal, go out onto the earth if you can. If you want to collect flowers and put them in your hair or feathers, or you want to go out and dance or roll around in the mud, or whatever it is to anchor this experience, this transformation that's starting to happen in your core, give yourself a moment to let it anchor, whether you want to have a bath or shower and feel the water and the flow, so that you start to move differently in life with the elements and start to really become a being that can work with nature, with elements, and return to the simplicity of everything. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you. And if you wish to, I'm going to